everybody, and thank you for joining me today on Krista So Crafty. Today, I am going to show you how to make these plant pot stakes. They can go into either plant pots or into the ground, and they just put some bling in with your garden, with your flowers or your plants, whichever you want to do. So here I've got two of them made, and I've just used beads that I had. This is a plastic bauble that I've had around for a while. I had my husband take his drill, and he drilled in probably 3/4 of the way. As you can see, that kind of whitish area, just so that I could take this metal rod and I could twist it in there, and so that would kind of hold everything in place. I've just used beads that I had around the house. Now you do need a fairly big hole in the bead, and so I found these ones and I thought they were cute, and then I did this one as well. And I don't have tons of beads that have the holes big enough, but enough. But I think they're very cute, so I thought I'd show you how to do it. So this is a 9-inch piece of rod, and as you can see, it's got the grooves on it so that you can screw things onto it. I also went and bought some little washers. I'll show you here. There we go. A little nut, not a washer, a nut. And this is just there so that the beads have a stopping spot. Otherwise they'll, fall right off, and you don't want that. So I'm just going to put that back up here. And depending on how many beads you have on here will determine how much you leave at the end. But you want to have at least 2 inches to be able to put into the dirt, because you don't want these to topple over or anything, right? So here I've got some plastic beads that I have, different pony beads and whatnot, and I'm just going to make a pattern and put them on here, and I'll show you how. So here I've just gone ahead and I've just kind of put my beads in the order that I want them on my little rod here. If you cannot buy these, I ended up having to buy how big was it? It was quite long. Well, long enough that I got 3 of these, and they're 9 inches each, so 27 inches long at least. And then I got my husband to cut them into 9-inch lengths. If you don't have these, or you're not able to use them, you could probably use like wooden skewers as well. 2 things about that. Number one, you won't be able to thread on a nut to hold them in place. So you would have to use some sort of adhesive, hot glue or something, which would work. The second thing is, because it's wood, and if you're putting it into the dirt, after a while, the moisture is going to get in there and it's going to break down the wooden dowel, and it's going to break over time. But I'm assuming you'd get at least a year, if not a couple years out of it before it did that. And then you can make more, right? All I do is take my bead and just start putting them on here. Now, where I've got this little nut right now, I may have to move it. We'll see. But I'm just going to put these on. Very simple. Use whatever beads you want. But as you can see, there's a fairly large hole in these beads. That's why I'm able to use them. And then, of course, the pony beads have a big area. So I'm going to have to move this down a bit more. And just lay this in here like so. Whoops. And I need the pink one. And then the silver. And then the heart. And whoops, I need the pink first. All right, so once we get these all on here, then we can change where the bolt is. So I'm just going to move it down a fair amount, because I want to be able to thread this on here and have it go in as far as possible. And then I can move this and adjust the bolt so that it pushes the beads up. So I'm just going to take this and start twisting it on. And again, this is one that my husband drilled for me. If you don't have this, now this was just something that, like I said, that I had kicking around the house. So you could find anything bigger and, like that'll fit on the end of here. Maybe you could find somebody who could drill a hole in it for you, or you could put like a flower on the top of here. If you go, you can get some of the silk flowers or the plastic flowers. You can maybe put that on there. There's lots of different options. So now that I have that screwed in there, I'm going to push my beads all the way up And I'm going to move this bolt up like that. And that's it. It is all done. Nice part about this is if you get tired of the beads, you can take them off and find some other beads and change them out. I hope you guys give this a try. This is just a quick and easy little project that, you know, these would look very pretty in your flower beds outside. These ones here are wooden beads. So if I were going to put them outside, I'd probably want to spray this first. I'm not going to. I'm going to have this in my plants in the house, so it'll be fine. But if you are going to put it outside, you would want your wooden beads to be sprayed just so that they last longer. I want to thank you again for joining me today on Krista So Crafty. I hope you enjoyed this little craft. Feel free to head over to my Facebook page, Krista So Crafty, and share what you make. I would love to see your creations because I can guarantee you yours will not look like mine because we're all using different beads, different, you know, I found these little embellishments. So I just thought they would be kind of pretty on there. So there's little flowers and hearts, you know, like, and this one has 2 little bunnies. So they're all going to be different. What you make, what I make, they're all going to be different. They're all going to be beautiful in their own way. And they're just going to add a little bit of pizzazz to our flower beds or to our gardens or even to our plants in the house. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. I would love for you to join us here. And be sure to click on that little bell so that you're notified when I upload new videos. Thank you again for joining me and happy crafting.